Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is on request from Andrew. Andrew is asked to see some 9-ball break and runs and get a little advice on what's kind of going on in my mind on how I'm making this happen. The first step to a good break and run always starts with a good break. And while I'm happy with this break, I am disappointed because I hit a little bit too low on the cue ball. To get that cue ball to squat in the middle of the table, you really need to hit it full on the one ball and a touch of top. That touch of top is because those 9 balls pushing back on that one cue ball, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so that reaction is going to be 9 times back. That touch of top helps hold it. And with that 4 being very, very close to the 6, on the video it's hard to tell. It's obvious that they're close, but in reality, it was a really hard shot to make that 4 in this lower left-hand corner. So I shot the 2 in such a way to give me an angle on the 3 to get back up table and shoot the 4 into the more comfortable corner pocket. In my mind, I'm thinking about the 30-degree rule for a rolling cue ball, and that's what allowed me to get around that 6 without touching it. You'll notice that whenever possible, we don't want to move balls if we don't have to. And if you ever do have to move those balls, try to use some controlled speed so you don't create new problems. It's very important to me that I was on the high side, getting from that 5 to the 6, so I have the natural angle to get over there for the 7. You can imagine that if I had hit that 5 softer, and I shot the 6 down in the lower left-hand corner pocket, which was an option, then I'd be sending that cue ball all sorts of different directions to get back down there again for the 7. It's not the shots that make things hard, it's the shape. So if you're struggling to get runouts as consistent as you like to, consider identifying the angle that you need to have to get on the right side of the ball to make your runouts a little bit easier. While I'm racking, I'd just like to invite you to check out facebook.com/DragonBilliardsKim, where I give away free tips every single day. You'll see all sorts of different drills on there. And I do giveaways. All of it is totally free just for following me and being my fans. I also have patreon.com/DragonBilliardsInstruction, which is a paid subscription site, which I'd encourage you to check out. For as little as $5, you can get expanded tips of the day, along with exclusive content of all sorts, which will really help your game. And some of those tiers also include one-on-one video instruction with me no matter where in the world you are. The one ball that I really didn't want to make on a break ever is going to be the 1 ball. That's the only ball that goes in the same spot every time besides the 9. So if I can control where the 1 ball goes, I'm going to have a better chance at having that first shot. By me making that ball, I got lucky to be able to see that 3. On this shot, I really need to go with high right. Stun it down off the rail, the low short rail, so I can come back for the 7. But what you can't see is that there's a wall there that caught my cue, forcing me to be a little bit elevated, which caused me to hit lower than what I wanted. And you can see the nasty shape that I got off of it. I am not happy. Now what I'm about to do is try to bank that 7 in the side pocket because it's really the only place I can put it. I could try kicking around that 9 ball to put that 7 in that high right corner, but that's even lower percentage for me than this side pocket bank is. The problem with those side pocket banks is you have to use so much spin, you got to control the speed, and I was not hard enough. If that went in, that was another break and run, but it was a little ugly. As I walk away from this rack, I am not thinking about how disappointed I am that I missed that 7 ball. That is not a shot with that side pocket bank that I will ever be disappointed in not making, because it is not a 90% shot by any means. But the shot on the 6 ball, that's going to sting for a little while, because I know how to do that shot. And I just failed to execute it properly, mostly because I'm too lazy to go grab the short cue, knowing that I have that wall there. It was just silly error. So here I'm really focusing on good break and making a couple balls on the break. That's fine and dandy. It doesn't make a difference to me how many balls on the break I make, as long as I make one. What I really want to do is hold that cue ball to the center of the table, which I did fair on. I want to be able to see the one. If I don't have a good shot, I can always defense. And I'd like to just make a ball on the break, right? Those are the three things. Here I'm going to let that stroke out. I have the opportunity to cut it in the side pocket, but I don't want to do that and send the cue ball down towards the 7 and 9. Who knows where those are going to go? We'll probably get tied up. So instead I let that stroke out so I can come back around 3 rails and get better position on the 6. That's what we call coming into shot lines. Here I'm going to try and stun that cue ball between the 9 and the 8 and back out around, and I hit too soft. Uh-oh. The run doesn't have to be over when those balls are very close to the rail the way that they are. Seeing the kick angle isn't too bad. Tricky part here is not hitting too hard. You want that cue ball rolling. If you hit it too hard, then it compresses that rail. Totally changes the line. Again, not 90%, but I guess the pool gods knew that I was recording today and they didn't want me to embarrass myself with a missed kick. Thank you for watching.